Hello and welcome to a very festive edition of Bearded Geek Toy Reviews. In today's episode, nothing says quite like Christmas than opening a lightsaber. Yes, we're finally opening the Yoda's Disney Legacy Lightsaber that I got from Walt Disney World in Orlando. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to the channel. So in today's episode, a little bit of a festive special. We're going to finally open this Legacy lightsaber that's produced by Disney that I got whilst I was on holiday earlier this year in Walt Disney World Orlando. Bought this from the Disney outlet store that was in one of the outlet malls where Disney usually sends a lot of their merchandise that they take off the shelves that are in the stores and the shops in Walt Disney World. So this originally retailed for $250 and was on sale at the Disney outlet store for a bargain price of $75. Now, I could not look that and walk away. So I did decide, I wasn't going to get a lightsaber on this visit because we have been for the last couple of years. But I decided I just had to get it at that price. Now, obviously, it's a smaller lightsaber because it's Yoda sized. But I can guess why this ended up in clearance, because obviously it's smaller. It's half the size of a standard, like usual lightsaber of the legacy lightsabers that you get at Galaxy's Edge. So I can see why people went, well, I'm not paying $250 for something that's smaller. So I can see why this didn't sell, and obviously they had probably about 20 on the shelf when I went there. So as you can see, it's in this lovely kind of like box, very similar to the Mace Windu one that I got from the Disney Store UK, because they sell a couple of the Disney Legacy lightsabers that you can get over in Orlando at Galaxy's Edge, and also at the Galaxy's Edge that's also at Disneyland, California. But this one has never been listed on the Disney Store website, as far as I'm aware of. So it's a lovely kind of like display case. It's got that lovely kind of like green, that is effectively the Rebel Alliance logo on there. So it's not the Jedi logo, which is a little bit thing. Obviously you've got the end there. You've got underneath, you've got all the safety information, obviously, that it comes with. And obviously you probably see it has got a price sticker on there, but it doesn't actually show you what it is. And similar to the Mace Windu one, it does come with a display stand as well. So if you don't want to have it with the blade and you're just displaying it with the hilt, then you've got the display stand to obviously put the hilt on. Anyway, so we have this. I've got my little trusty Stanley knife. We've got various batteries if we need to replace the temporary batteries in there. Because if you remember the Mace Windu box opening, I had to replace the batteries because when I switched it on, it didn't light up purple. The batteries that they put in there weren't strong enough, and it was actually lighting up like more like a Sith red than the actual purple of Mace Windu's lightsaber. So we'll see what happens when we open this. So without further ado, let's get this open. Okay, so just obviously cutting the cellophane that is around here. Just being very careful to try and not damage the outer packaging of the box. Oh, here we go. Off. Okay, just sign that over there. Okay, so let's open this up, and it's magnetically sealed there. So we go like that, and then we can see there's the display stand and the hilt there, and I'm presuming the blade's underneath. So yeah, let's have a closer look. So here's the hilt, and obviously because of the size of Yoda, he's a little bit smaller, so let's just take that out there. And it's still got some weight to it, so obviously it's proper metal on there. A lot of stickers still on there. Oh, and it looks like it's a USB charging one rather than batteries, so that's interesting. This is probably the first official lightsaber that I've had that is USB charging rather than battery operated. I do have that Neo Pixel one that I picked up at Liverpool Comic Con a year ago, roughly now, a year or two, roughly. So yeah, there you can see, very authentic, exactly like the design of Yoda's lightsaber. So there we go. That's the hilt. You've got, obviously, let's just get that out. You've got the display stand there with the various pieces that we've got here for you to click that in. And obviously then, let's just slide that in there so we can show you it on display. And you've got the little hooks around there that hold on to the hilt itself. So I'll just clip those into place like that, like so. Well, they should click into place. Okay, so there have the display stand, and then underneath here, hopefully, we lift this up. Yes, there we have the blade and the USB charger cable. So looks like I'm gonna have to charge that up. There's the blade. Obviously it's a little bit smaller than your standard blades. Oh dear, that's just fallen over and knocked one of the baubles off my little Christmas tree. So that obviously clicks into there, and we'll do that in a while. But I think I need to just read the quick instructions and look at charging this up. Okay, so it's simple enough. Obviously we have the button here, press on and off for the actual saber itself. And then on the back here, we have the USB charging port cover, and this is very, very easy. You just slide it down like that, and that reveals the charging port. So let's get this charged up first, and then we'll see how good it looks. So I was just looking obviously at the hilt itself, and obviously as you can see, very authentic design. Here we have the display stand, so you can put it against there should you choose to, if you want to just have it on display. Looks really kind of like cool there. So yeah, that's not too bad. However, I just happened to go, well, do you know what, let's try the blade in it just to make sure that it fits. And obviously you can see that is it's a smaller, thinner blade than obviously your standard Disney Legacy lightsaber. So we will do a comparison. I'll do a comparison of the Mace Windu one in a bit. So obviously to put the blade in, you need to take this little stopper that's in there out. So that is there for like just basically like a safety measure. So you just pop that out and obviously just store that away somewhere if you're going to have the blade in. You obviously just put the blade in there, and this one actually screws in rather than the others. The others kind of like pop in. If you heard that sound then, it means that it has connected to the electronic components that are on the bottom, because obviously it's like a plug socket. So you screw that in place, whereas the other ones, the larger ones, you kind of like push down and then turn to lock it in place. Well, this one is a screw-in. So there we have it. Obviously that's what the lightsaber kind of looks like, just obviously based on, there you go. So I then, because I heard that noise, decided to go, oh well, let's switch it on, because it obviously must come already charged up, which is a good thing, because obviously, you know, if you're buying this in, well, so you're in the actual theme park itself in Galaxy's Edge, you know, and a kid doesn't want to kind of like wait a couple of hours for their lightsaber to be charged. So it's good that they pre-charge them. That's a really, really good thing that Disney have done there, because obviously the thing that, you know, a kid or an adult wants to do is immediately like put their lightsaber on, pose in front of the life-size Millennium Falcon at Galaxy's Edge and just like wave it around and act like a Jedi. So I'll just press the button now. And as you can see, there he goes. It is a green. Now, obviously we've got the light on here for the video, but what I will do, as it's getting a little bit darker now outside, I'll wait for it to fully go dark and then I'll show you how it looks in the actual dark, and we'll do a comparison there. So that is the lightsaber. Now the first thing that I've noticed is that that is, I think, a problem, because that, rather than slide up and lock into place and then slide back down, that's very sensitive, that button. So if you press that, yeah, and then you're like that, and then you kind of like accidentally hit it, it's very, very sensitive for that to turn off. So let's try again. Okay, and I'll hold it there without going near the button. It's quite quiet compared to some of the other lightsabers that I've got. And obviously it has that sound effect if you're clashing it with other lightsabers, if you're having a bit of a duel.
But well you have, my old Padawan.
This is just the beginning.
Okay, so we've got the Mace Windu one here, and obviously the Yoda one. You can see the difference in the sizes of them. So obviously just look at that. Obviously there is like a difference. So let's switch them both on. It's like juggling lightsabers here. Okay. Now already I can hear that is louder than the Yoda one. So I don't know whether, again, that's a charging issue. But you can just see obviously the difference in size here. But they've both got a really, really good vibrant blade on them. And obviously if you were to yeah, okay. It's a shame my son Zach's not here at the moment, because we could have obviously had a really good kind of like little duel in the back, obviously like we usually do. But I put that up as a short for another time. But there you go. There's the size comparison of the two lightsabers. But yeah, it's $75. I think is a good enough price. I can see, as I said earlier, why this ended up on clearance at $75. when it should have been $250. Yeah, there's no way. Yes, you know, if you're on holiday, you're going to pay $250 if you're a Star Wars fan to have a proper full-size lightsaber from Mace Windu or Obi-Wan or Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker or Anakin or any of the others that they sell, Darth Maul, which my son has. Which I never got around to doing a video on that one, but again, I might do a short on that at some point. So yeah, you can see how a customer, even a Star Wars fan, would have gone, looked at the value of that and gone, yeah, I ain't paying top whack for this. And obviously, as a result, it ended up in the clearance outlets. But yeah, $75 for this, which probably at the rate of exchange when I bought it, probably what, about 60 quid? Probably just under. Absolute bargain. So I think that's a really, really good bargain that I picked up from Walt Disney World earlier this year. Just as a quick aside, I've attempted to try and film a scene outside, but the weather is absolutely atrocious. The winds are ridiculous, and it is absolutely bucketing it down. So unfortunately, there won't be a little demonstration of the lightsaber outside in the dark because the weather is just ridiculous out there. But what I'll do is when Zach is back, we will film a little short of a duel using the Yoda lightsaber, and I'll stick that up at a later date for you. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video and the look at the Disney Legacy Yoda lightsaber. And check out my other lightsaber reviews as well for comparison of the ones I've got. Obviously, I've got a couple of old Master replica ones. I've got obviously some Hasbro Black Series ones. I know some Disney Legacy and an unofficial NeoPixel as well. So check those out. Thank you very much for a wonderful year on the channel. This year was the year that we passed 1,000 subscribers, and I never thought we'd ever kind of like get to that milestone. So thank you to everybody who continues to watch the channel, continues to support it, and continues to subscribe and spread the word of my little YouTube channel. I am really, really appreciative, and obviously if you can continue to like, share, and tell your friends and anybody you know who's into all this kind of stuff, hey, there's a cool channel you might like, then encourage them to subscribe as well. It really is appreciated of all your support. And the only thing I've got left is to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and all the best for 2025. So we might take a little bit of a break for Christmas, but we will be back very, very soon. And all the best to everybody who supports and watches the channel. Thank you. Thank you very much. Happy Christmas. We'll see you soon. Bye now. Jewel. There's an outtake for the end of the video.